everyone, it's Jen again. I just remembered as I was looking over the video that I forgot to mention the different roles that Echoberry and I have been working on the game. I guess I just kind of took it for granted. So Echoberry has worked on the background and started working on the GUI and the items and all the little icons for the items. So thank you so much. They look so cute. They look great. And her sister Raspberry Bell has also been helping to contribute to the different little images that we've been using for the ads. So those are turning out really fun, and a special thank you to her as well. This week I have mainly been working on just dialogue options and kind of getting some of those menu options ready for the different character interactions. I hope that this video might be a little bit helpful if you're planning on doing this type of game, given that it's not really that linear. Okay, with that said, on with the rest of the video. Hi everyone, it's Jen again. I'm back here with another weekly update for OtomeJam 2024. It is the end of week 3, and last weekend I had finished up all the sprite animations for all 5 of the characters, and this week we have been working on getting some GUI started and getting some of the kind of activities in the game done. So I guess something sort of like a gameplay loop. We can see here that we have these options for the player to be able to spend currency and earn currency, as well as view their inventory. So the inventory is right now just the decorations in the room that we can toggle on and off, and there are these little cute little icons here for the inventory as well. There is going to be kind of interactive conditional checks that the characters will comment on the room decorations, so it's a way that the player can collect items and kind of customize their room. We have the add clicker here, which is the way of earning currency, is like playing this little mini clicker game that you get 10 gold for every click. So it's only a 5-second game. It's not meant to be super challenging or super the player should not have to spend like a huge amount of time playing this. One playthrough should average about 150 gold, which would be enough to do like kind of one spin on the kind of gambling little mechanic here. So you get 10 items for 150 gold. We have our common, rare, and ultra rare items. When you get 10 of the common fragments, it turns into one of the soul stones automatically, and these soul stones are what you can use to summon one of the characters. I've done this like kind of a little gambling thing, I don't know, maybe a handful of times, and I already have enough to summon pretty much almost each one of the characters. I guess I'm short on... Who am I missing? Lore. Where is he? Oh, okay, I have only 5 fragments, but the items in the room here are rare. I'm sorry, are ultra rare, I think. The costume, full costume changes are ultra rare, and the little accessories are rare, and so are the little gifts that you can give them to increase your relationship status or gain favor with them, however you want to think of it. All this will still have like better buttons. It's just kind of just starting out here. If we say we're done for the day, then it goes into night mode, and this is when you can summon one of the characters. Let's go ahead and pick the first option here. You can see up here that each one of the kind of start of this moment is going to open with an introduction, where there's kind of like a little story moment where they talk to you. You have dialogue options to kind of increase your status of your relationship or gain favor with them. And we have the different emotes, which is just another sprite in another position. I just added along with their regular expressions. It's just kind of, I guess, enhance the expression. We have the chat, dress up, gift, and pet options here. And there is also, after you chat, going to be an option to say farewell. So, oops. I accidentally, let me go back for a second. So once you've chatted, it's going to toggle a variable that you've used that option for this time, and then it no longer appears there. Versus when you do that option, though, then it unlocks this option to end the summoning. So you do have to at least chat with them in order to end the interaction, but you don't have to do the other options. How this looks in the code. So when you choose the character to summon, it's going to make the summoned variable that character name. And then when you have these kind of like date options, I have an fstring here to place that variable here to jump to the corresponding character's chat options. I couldn't figure out a way to do that with a regular jump, so I had to go back to this kind of old version of the jump in order to get this fstring to work. I don't know if it was just spacing or syntax that I couldn't figure out, but this works anyways. And you can see here, once also you choose the option to use like the chat here. In this case, the summoned character has been, the summoned variable has been assigned to Asher. So it would go here to the different summon chats. Asher would go through his dialogue. It would toggle here that the chat option has turned to true. And this bid farewell menu choice would then be available, as well as this regular chat choice would no longer be available. Once you say farewell and the summoning ends, then all these variables get switched back to false, so that the next time that you that you start these kind of summoning interactions, you'll have the chat option available again, and the bid farewell option will not be available again. Trying to think what other things might be useful to share. Oh yes, so with the kind of pet option, there was a lot of different ways I think that you could make the player have the ability to kind of like click on the sprite. The most common go-to would probably be like image buttons, but since these characters are movie files and they are whole movie files, I didn't want to go with an image button because I wanted to isolate certain areas. So for this option here, I have these image buttons on a screen that overlay the character. Normally these would be at, go to the pet option here. Normally this would this transparency on these image buttons would be set to 0. I just kind of left it at 50% so that you could see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas that you can kind of like pet on the character, and then they'll react in different ways depending on the character. You can see here that the image buttons are assigned to the screen that's currently showing. And again, we have another one of those jump F strings, so that when the summoned character is Asher, it will go to his dialogue option to say like how he reacts. So if you were to use the hair, pet on the hair option, I'm going to show the little animation just to confirm that is where the player has selected. And then he's going to respond with his corresponding dialogue that matches up with the hair. Oh, another useful thing here is that I think after renpy version 7 point something, changing the cursor live during the game kind of became more simplified. So it's pretty simple here. You can just copy paste this define configure mouse, set your image that you want to have and the size of it that you want for the cursor. And then when you want to swap out that cursor with a different cursor style, in this case with like kind of the hand cursor, you can just say that you want kind of initialize Python and say that you want to change the mouse to the other cursor. And then you can just switch it back when you want to change it again. Let's see. I think that is pretty much all that I've got here to show for different options. These are just going to change the conditional switches that I mentioned last time. So if we select this option, then it's going to change the variable here in the address. Consume the item. This is just the, what do you call it? The favor gain or affection gain for using that item on the character. And then here is like the character's dressed state changing, which is going to cause the sprite to update and reflect that assigned sprite. And that sprite condition is going to stick around for the entirety of this interaction until it gets reset at the end of the interaction here when it goes back to the default. Gift is also a similar function where it's going to check and see what you have quantities of that you've pulled from the Gacha. If I go to the gift options, it's only going to show options if you have a quantity of 1 or more. Then it's going to decrease that item once it's been selected and increase their affection. And in this case, there's going to be different dialogue routes for how many times that you use this item when it's their favorite item, and they're going to have kind of different things that they say. I'm planning on having alternate dialogue for all the other items as well, since this is going to be a repeatable action that I'll probably make it like a random thing. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably end up making like a list of like I don't know, like Asher and Mint reactions, and I'll probably have a list of like different things that he says when this option is selected, and then I'll have like a random pull from this list type mechanic. But haven't quite gotten that far yet, so that's probably what's going to be on my agenda for this upcoming week, is just doing a lot of dialogue, while Echoberry is going to be working on fleshing out the GUI a little more. So, that's all I've got for this week. I hope that the cursor change and the kind of fstring jump mechanics are useful for any project that you might be thinking about doing in renpy. And as always, good luck on whatever you're working on or whatever you're enjoying in life. And yeah, don't forget to enjoy that process. Bye.